start for you. Obviously, Jason said that he felt like his team didn't match up well against you, that they haven't had a lot of success. Do you go out there and say, let's put the boots to them as put the pressure on as quickly as possible?
Not really. For us, I think it's just one of those matchups that you can't really explain. And I got a lot of ones on the other side where, we don't have a great record against other teams, but, we have had a good record against Jason. I thought our front end really played well and put us in good position, especially in the first 5 ends, and put a lot of pressure on their team. And we got a couple misses and kind of got the score a little lopsided. And then in the middle of the game, we got sloppy, but made a nice shot for 3 there in the 7th to kind of put it away.
You've been here a zillion times. How important is a good start on day one?
Very important. I think our schedule this week, we got, arguably the top 4 teams in our pool right off the start. So for us, if we get off to a slow start, it's not going to be good. Not even thinking so much record. As long as we're playing good against those teams, we should be okay, and worst case come out with a couple wins. But you don't want to let them slip early. It's the format's different. I don't know why you think that, because in the other format you get a loss early, we'll make up for it at the end. But there's potential in this format where if you go 4-3, you could get to a tiebreaker and lose and be going home. Where I've been 7-4, made the playoffs in these events. So you're forced to get off to a good start and get through that first pool with 1-2 wins or 1 or 2 losses, and you're usually in good shape.
What's it like? You see Adam Casey out there again in another different uniform?
He's always got a different uniform on when I see him. Him and Fry. I don't know. I guess the guys that played with me over the years, they kind of float around. I guess that's how we got him down to Newfoundland. But good for him. Manitoba's a tough province to win, and I know Jason's been pushing for a lot of years to get that provincial title. So, really happy to see those guys get it and come here and enjoy the Brier. Obviously not Adams first, but first for Manitoba. So, pretty cool.
All right, good solid win. What was the comfort level like for you guys out there?
I felt pretty good, actually. The ice was awesome. Made a few shots early, and it was a great crowd out there. They're just like cheering shots on whoever's making a nice shot. They're cheering it on. It's awesome.
Talk about your team's expectations. What do you guys expect out of yourselves here this week?
Yeah, we're really just expecting to win every game that we step foot on the ice. It's a long week. There's a lot of really good teams in our pool. But we really feel like every time we step on the ice that we can win that game. And obviously first goal is to get into that championship pool, and we think that's very attainable for this week.
Well, and expectations are a funny thing, aren't they? And I know you guys have ramped them up over the years, and it must feel very comfortable that you can come in here and say that and go out and prove it on the ice.
Yeah, we've put a lot of hard work in over the years, and we consider ourselves, somebody who's going to give the top pro teams a really good run for their money, and if they're not sharp, we can beat them. So, championship pool is kind of what we're eyeballing right now, but we'll try and win every game.
Lively crowd out there today, and obviously you guys getting the win on opening day. That's a great way to start from a confidence perspective.
Yeah, for sure. We weren't 100% in our A game yet, but we played a pretty solid game. Jamie made a lot of good shots to keep his team in the game, and we gave it kind of a tough deuce and 6, but we bounced back and had control coming home.
This is a veteran team, obviously. You've been to, you got enough Purple Hearts to wallpaper your house out there, obviously. And, coming into an event like this, do the expectations change based on that? You obviously know you're not going to be intimidated by anybody. You're comfortable in the environment. Does that help?
Yeah, for sure. Having gone through it before is a big thing. But, we're ranked 10th in the event if you go by the year-to-date rankings. So, obviously, we got some improving in our game to do versus how we'd been playing all season, but I'm pretty comfortable. Since the calendar year is flipped over, we've been pretty good, so I like our chances this week.
So does that coincide when you and Jimmy decided to switch things up? I guess Jimmy started the season calling the game, throwing the brick. When did that happen? What went into that decision?
Yeah, we made that switch in November. We both had done it before. Jimmy just mentioned it before a game. It wasn't like I asked or suggested it, and he's always done it and had a good feel for draw weight when he sweeps, so I think that's a big part into it. And I think we just started playing good in general, but maybe that helped.
Well, historic day, obviously a 4th different uniform and 100th career win at the Tim Hortons Brier. That's a pretty amazing achievement.
Yeah, it is. It's really awesome. It's one of those, you don't really take too much into a lot of the things you start knocking off in your career, but 100 wins at the Brier is pretty special for me, for sure.
And just talk about the atmosphere out there today. It was pretty electric.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. The Ontario fans are some great fans. I've got the pleasure of being able to, have the Ontario fans behind me in Northern Ontario, but now being in Southern Ontario, it's still nothing's changed. They filled the stands and they were electric, and it definitely helped us in that win.
So you and Casey are tied in the record record book with the 4 different uniforms in this thing. How are you going to settle that?
I got a Canadian one.
That's a mic drop. I'm done.